Today we are going to go over volume. Can anyone remember the formula for volume? If you said volume equals length times width times height, you are correct. This is the formula for volume, length times width times height. So now I'm going to plug in these numbers to the formula. So volume equals the length right here, 2 8/10, times the width, 3 7/10, times the height, which is 8 4/10. Okay, so I'm going to first multiply the length times the width. So 2 8/10 times 3 7/10. Okay, 7 times 8 is 56. So you put your 6 down, carry your 5. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 5 is 19. So I'm done with the 7, I can cross it out. I'm done with the 5, I can cross it out. Okay, make sure you put your placeholder. Okay, now 3 times 8 is 24. Put your 4, carry your 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Okay, now we're going to add them up. 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 4 is 13. Carry your 1. 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Okay, so my answer is not 1036. I have decimals that I need to put in my product. So I have one decimal here, and I have another decimal here. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So I have to move my decimal 2 spots over. Remember, you start your decimal at the end, move it over 1, 2. So 10 36 hundredths is your answer. So volume equals, I'm going to bring my answer, 10 36 hundredths. And I'm going to bring down the height because I haven't times the height yet. So times 8 4/10. Now this is my last step to find my final product. So 10 36 hundredths times 8 4 hundredths. I mean tenths, sorry. 4 times 6 is 24. Put your 4, carry your 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Put your 4, carry your 1. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. So bring your 1 down. And 4 times 1 is 4. So I'm done with the 4. I can cross out my 4. I can cross out the 2 and the 1 so I don't get confused. Okay, now we put our placeholder, a 0, and we move on to the next number. 8 times 6 is 48. Good. So I put the 8 down, carry the 4. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 is 28. Carry your 2. 8 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. And 8 times 1 is 8. Okay, now my last step is to add both partial products together. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry your 1. 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Put your 0, carry your 1. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And then 8 plus nothing is 8. Now, how many times do I need to move my decimal? This top number has its decimal here, so that's 2 times. 8 and 4/10. We moved our decimal 1 time. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So I need to move my decimal a total of 3 times. Start your decimal at the end. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is volume equals 87 and 24 thousandths. Okay, let's do one more together. Okay, so again, same thing. Volume, write your formula, equals length times width times height. Okay, now we're going to input those numbers. Okay, so length is 0 and 4/10 times the width is 0 and 4/10 times the height is 0 and 4/10. So I'm going to start with my length times height, which is 0 and 4/10 times 0 and 4/10. Okay, 4 times 4 is 16. Carry your 1. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 1. I'm done with the 4. I'm done with the 1. I can cross them out. Make sure you put that placeholder. 0 times 4 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Last step is to add them together. 6 plus 0 is 6. 1 plus 0 is 1. And then you can bring the 0 down. Now, how many times do I need to move the decimal over? Here, 1 time. Here, 1 time. So 1 plus 1 is 2 times. So we need to move our decimal 2 times over. Start your decimal at the end. 1, 2. So the answer is 0 and 1600. Okay, times, now we have to times that by our height. 0 and 4/10. Okay, so 0 and 1600 times 0 and 4/10. Okay, 4 times 6 is 24. Put your 4, carry your 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. 4 times 0 is 0. So I'm done with the 4, and I'm done with that 2. I can cross it out so I don't get confused. Now put your placeholder. Okay, we move on to the next number. 0 times 6 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Okay, we can add them up. 4 plus 0 is 4. 6 plus 0 is 6. And then 0, 0. How many times do I need to move the decimal? Okay, this one is 1, 2 times. This one is 1 time. So 2 plus 1 is 3 times total. Start your decimal at the end. Move it over 1, 2, 3 times. So the final product volume is 0 and 64 thousandths.